All right. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Elkie here with you guys today. Okay, it's our Monday weekly market outlook section again. Okay, all right. I bet some of you guys might a little bit down, right? Not really used to how the market's selling down this morning after we had quite some days of upward movement for the past 2 weeks. Okay, all right. So never mind. Let us go through what's happening in the market, and we shall see what are the opportunities that still lying in this market and wait for us to grab. Okay, all right. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. This is Elkie here with you guys today. So if you can hear me clearly right now, I really appreciate if you can just type on the command and let me know that the voice is clear. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so for today, as of 12:30 p.m., we can see for this morning we are seeing that the our local benchmark index FBM is dropped below 1500 levels. Okay, it's at 1493.12, down by 8.43 points at this moment. Okay, so does it mean that we should be really worried about it? If we look into our gainers and losers, we actually are seeing that the losers is about standing at 435 counters and the gainers are 233. Actually, for me, that this is not really that worry, especially if we look into the FBM KLCI chart. We have actually has rebounded very sharply from 1409 all the way to 1508. That's 100 points, near to 100 points rebound, and currently we just retrace from the high. Okay, I would say that this is really a healthy retracement, especially we are expecting a little bit more volatility coming in this week. Okay, all right. So what is our expectation if we look into our FBM KLCI chart today? Okay, one tools that you can use from our M plus switch chart is you can click right over here. Okay, then you get all the Fibonacci tools. What you can do is we can use the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, you can point it and then pull it upwards towards the top. Okay, so from using this Fibonacci retracement, it actually help us to gauge where is the potential support when the market is retracing from the high for this upward swing. Okay, so from right here we can see that the immediate support, it will come at somewhere around 1470 levels, and also the next one is somewhere around 1447. Okay, and of course the 50% is one level that we want to look at it, which is around 1458 area. Okay, and if remember 2 weeks back when it was still during mid of July, during my last sharing with you guys, we have been talking about that the selling on the FBM KLCI has been slowing down. We might see a reversal rebound signal, and that did happen. Okay, so what actually I'm seeing it right here today is I'm seeing the opposite side, which is it's coming near to the end of the current upward swing. Okay, we are seeing although we see a break on last Thursday. Okay, we see a breaking higher of last Thursday, but we do not see the buying to continue, but in fact we are seeing the selling down and the selling continue today. Okay, that would tell me that the buying momentum in our current market is actually slowing down, especially the index, and it is likely to see further retracement, which just in line with what we are seeing from the Fibonacci retracement. It might come to 1482 areas, which testing the previous hammer low, or even deeper to 70 or even 60. Okay, so what we need to do right here is we need to monitor very closely in these three levels. Okay, personally I don't think the retracement it will be very sharp. Okay, until it really break below 1460. At this moment I'm still looking more towards on the buy side, buy on weakness actually on this move. Okay, especially when our index coming back to 1480 level, 70 level, and 60 level. These are three levels that I really want to see if there is any positive catalysts that start occurring in the markets, and also some buying pressure start surfacing. Okay, so at this moment, for me, I would say that what we should do, or what we should be looking to, is take some profits from especially from the past 2 weeks rally, and also sit back tight and look for the opportunity to buy back in slowly. Okay, and of course we do not know where is the low. So for the good fundamentals, the way that we can engage with the market is we can break it into like 3 to 5 portions and buy in slowly anytime when we see the weakness in that particular counters that you like to hold it. Okay, or you deem it as cheap. Okay, yeah. So Mr. Liao, yes. So you can see from the chart we are seeing 60, 70, and also 80 levels. Okay, I do not go into very specific, but these are the three levels that we really want to monitor very closely. Okay, yeah. So these are three levels that you can look into, and anytime you see the market sell down, but immediately on the same day it rebound on the or the next day it rebound from the levels, the buying pressures that coming in, then that could be the time that you might want to add in some position. Or you also can operate in the way that when it's selling down very strongly into these three areas, especially when the index is below 1480, you can start adding in some position when the selling is strong. Okay, so what we are doing is we are buying when everyone is selling, and when everyone is still looking into buy at this last week, we actually trying to sell some to take some profits. Okay, yeah, like what Buffett has been doing on the second quarter, despite the S&P has been coming down. Actually, Warren Buffett has been buying in. So the same theory, the same mindset, what we are doing right now is we are preparing ourselves to continue to buy when the selling intensified, maybe this week or even early next week, so that we can get some at a cheaper price. Yeah. Okay. All right. So if we look into some of the sector, okay, I believe many of you guys, like Amiru is talking about the tech is down. Okay, so if we look into technology counters, okay, first of all is the technology sector. We can see the technology sector is very similar to what we are seeing on the index. Okay, we can see on this breakout on this day, 27 July, the buying is still very strong. Okay, and on the 4th of August, we can see on the breakout, we do not see a continuous buying. Okay, in fact, if we see further selling down, of course, we don't want to wait until the technology index is sell down below this level, then only we start getting out. But if the selling continue to intensify later by second section of today or even tomorrow morning, then we really want to reduce some of our exposure so that we have some bullets to buy back it lower when it comes to the support at maybe at 64 or even lower around 63 for the technology index. Okay, yeah. So I believe some of you guys might be look into some of the famous technology counters, right? If we look into this one, Genitech, okay, which come in line with the EV team. Okay, we can see it's just come into the resistance last week. Okay, we can see it has come into resistance very clearly. This is the low, this is the high. Okay, and this is just another block upward here. Okay, so 2 ringgit 47 to 2 ringgit 70 cents is very obvious. It's a clear resistance block for Genitech, and if we do see the price stagnant, go into sideways on this retracement and we break 47, the next resistance that we can look into is 2 ringgit 70 cents. Is definitely another next strong resistance that we are looking in for Genitech. Okay, yeah, and of course others like Inari. Okay, so if you look into all this technology, all these tech counters, we can see that it's really very it's very obvious that they traded to the resistance area. Okay, last week and some of them they managed to go higher, but we do not see the momentum. Okay, yeah. So for Inari, we can see the buying still continue to trying to pressure upwards, but it's the buying momentum really slowing down. Okay, so anytime from here we might still continue to see some selling pressure, or it might be some weak and slow momentum overlapping move happening right here. It's just the sentiment of the market, because imagine for those who are buying on 2 ringgit for 2 ringgit 30 cent, 2 ringgit 40 cents, or even at 2 ringgit 50 cents, for them is like, okay, the market starts selling down, maybe I really want to take some profits, especially they already score probably 16 probably 20 to 16 16 to 25% kind of gains, and that's really normal for them to take some profits. Okay, to buy again at a cheaper price, where it would somewhere around at 2 ringgit 70 cents area for Inari. Okay, especially this week on Wednesday night, we will be seeing US gonna release their new round of the inflation data, the CPI, okay, Consumer Price Index, which that would be an really important indicator to indicate whether September time the US Federal Reserve, they gonna be aggressively hike the rate again, okay, 75 basis point or even 100 basis point, or they're gonna just hold back and be good to the markets. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So if we are seeing that on Wednesday night the inflation data really show sign of slowing down, and that tell us that the effectiveness of what Feds are doing, okay, that actually could indicates and signaling to us that the Feds might be slowing down. The Feds might be continue to maintain what they're doing, hiking the rate, but maybe at a little bit a bit more mild kind of movement. Okay, but what we are expecting is, although we are seeing a lot of the agriculture like wheat, like corn, all this, the price has been coming down. Okay, and also the oil price also has been dropping. Okay, but all this effect, it might still lag it and not yet not so fast reflecting on the end consumer sides. So for this Wednesday CPI data, we might still see quite a high figure. Okay, but hopefully we see some drop in the figure, and that would actually comfort the market. Okay, but how the figure is gonna be, really we do not have an idea. Okay, but with this uncertainty going on, we are see it's definitely reasonable for the traders to reduce some of their holdings, especially for those counters that have been trending higher, like technologies, for the past 2 weeks. Okay, so if we look into some of the commodities, like we can see the CPO price, okay, the pump price from August, it actually has dropped from 7,000 levels all the way to 3,500 levels. That's a 50% drop, okay, in the oil price, the pump oil price. Okay, if we look into the crude oil, okay, the Brent, look into the Brent, we can definitely see the Brent. Okay, we can definitely see the Brent has been breaking lower below the 97 marks. Okay, so this was what we have drew last time. Okay, indicating this is a potential top, and we can see further breakdown below 97 marks, 97.6 mark, and we are seeing further selling down. Okay, so with this we might see the brand to continue to trade lower towards 87 to 86 area, or even lower to 68 area. And of course, I don't wish this happened, because if we are seeing such a strong selling in the brand, it might indicate that our global economy outlook, it further weaken, and also the demand for the crude might be weaker in coming months. That's why we see the selling in the crude oil. Okay, so let's hope that the brand, it might continue weak, go lower, but it will able to hold above 80 to 85 areas, and that would be quite a good levels that we look into. Okay, but with the outlook, with a more negative outlook uh, on the Brent, on the crude oil, for the energy sector, then it will be weaker for them. Okay, we can see that energy sector, it has been selling down from May all the way until like July. We had some rebound happening in the last 2 weeks, but eventually this is a very significant reversal signal that we are seeing on the energy index, and it's further pressuring lower. Okay, so a very wild guess is that it might come back to test the low at 600 area. Okay, so for this moment in such a short term, we don't want to be too aggressive on the energy and on the energy stocks. Yeah, Ghazali. Okay, I saw that you were asking about the view on the energy. Okay, so we really don't want to be too aggressive on the energy counter. So some of them like hibiscus that we are seeing. Okay, hibiscus is continuing to trade lower. We can see the price has been on the 20 EMA, and it might continue pressure lower to the next support at 72 cents area. Okay, uh, but I don't. But the selling it might won't come in so fast. Okay, which in the mind that we are expecting hibiscus to release another quarterly result this month. Okay, and for the past, for this quarterly result, it might still be positive, as if we look into the oil price, it has been still stabilized above 100 level areas for the periods. Okay, so for hibiscus wise, the QR, it might able to hold on, and we might still see more towards ranging movement before a further selling down. Okay, yeah. So at this moment for hibiscus, if you would like to trade, you can trade a small position if it trades near the 80 cents level with a stop loss below 72 cents, and try to trade for a rebound to 90 cents, or even to near to 1 ringgit levels. Okay, so the view on the hibiscus will be more towards a sideways ranging mood. Okay, for hibiscus. Okay, and as for palm oil, Mr. Liao, okay, you're asking about the palm price. If we look into some of the plantation counters, okay, we can see some plantation has been forming the low in beginning of July and started to rebound. Okay, some of them like if we look into Sarawak oil palm, we can see it forming a potential bottoming. Okay, the buying interest, it comes in slowly ahead of the result, because at for the result periods, actually the pump price still remain near to the high. The profit remains good. Okay, so the result, it could maintain, but it is like it the chances of it to be weaker than the past quarter result is high. Okay, so we really want to selective with, if we go into plantation counters. Okay, and hopefully with the CPO price show some bottoming at right here. Okay, for the pump CPO price at this moment, we do see that the selling has been slowing down, has been weakened, and forming a potential rebound, especially if it rebound above 4300 levels. Okay, and that could give some lift towards the plantation stocks on their rebound ahead of the quarterly result. Okay, but if you are trading on the plantation counters, you really want to be selective, and if the counters it rally ahead of the result, the result released by the end of this month, you might really want to take some short-term profits rather than to hold on to it for a longer term, because with the selling down from 7,000 all the way down to 3,500, it definitely will affect the next QR after the quarterly result this in August. The next one in November, it definitely will be affected, especially the fertilizer price, or this could remain high during this period of time, whereby the CPO price has been selling down. Okay, so we might see a sudden huge drop for in the plantation stocks result. Okay, so you might want to take some short-term profits if you are prompt to trade into the plantation counters over here. Okay, yeah. So if we look into some other sector, okay, um, Mr. Liao is asking about healthcare, okay, healthcare, telco. Okay, let's look through some of them. Okay, if we look into healthcare, we can see healthcare is pretty much on sideway. Okay, but we definitely see some bottoming formation, but we are yet to see strong buying interest. Okay, as for healthcare wise, we are seeing healthcare as a defensive sector at this moment. So if we are seeing further weakening in the economy indication, and some of the livelihoods to go into defensive sides, um, we might see some buying in some money flow into the healthcare sector, but we are not seeing it that at this moment with the rebound in the index, and also the trading interest and investment has been increasing. Okay, especially we are seeing foreign investment has been coming into our banking and financial services. Okay, yeah, especially we are expecting a better margin for the banks with the rate hike for two times in Malaysia. Okay, and the next meeting will be the Bank Negara meeting will be in September, and we might see another hike in the OPL rate again. Okay, so if we look into some of these banking stocks like Maybank, we can see it has formed a bottom in 20th July, and it has been rebounding. Okay, at this moment, we are seeing 9 ringgit levels as a major resistance, and as long Maybank is able to hold above 8 ringgit 76 cents, is still remain at a upward view for Maybank. So for those who wish to trade into Maybank at this moment, we see some losing steam kind of formation. It might just come in line with the retracement of the FBM KLCI of the index, and we might look into 8 ringgit 75 to 76 cents area for accumulation purposes. Okay, so if we look into others like Public Bank, we can see Public Bank is also the formation, they are pretty much similar. Is holding well, is trading near the top. So at this moment, even after the recent rally, we do not see much selling pressure coming in, because everyone knows that with the rate hike, the margin for all this bank will be better, because um, they will be enjoying from the increase of the interest rate, and they were able to get a better margin out from there. Especially, I do come across some articles and reports has been mentioning that despite the increase of the OPL rate, the number of loan application doesn't reduce at this moment. Okay, so that would be definitely another plus for all these banks. Okay, yeah. If I Let's look into some of the counters that some of you guys are interested. Okay, some of the trading counters, I can see that Wilfred has been trading very closely to the markets. Okay, yeah. So this is one of the trading counters, Teta. Okay, that we are seeing a very strong move recently, from all the way from 60 cents to one testing the 1 ringgit level for today. Okay, if we look into this area, if we minimize the chart, we can see that it is just the very starting of breaking away from the band. Okay, from the down for the for this area. Okay, and personally, in the way that we can trade this kind of counter is we really want to we really want to look in very closely, looking very closely at the support resistance and set a stop loss into it. Okay, so for those who are interested into trading this kind of counters, the upsides it would remain. Okay, today it is hitting the immediate resistance of 91 cents to 94 cents. That's why we are seeing some profit taking coming in. Okay, but if the buying interest continue on this counter, the next resistance that we are looking at is somewhere around 1 ringgit 40 cents to 1 ringgit 43 cents. And for those who are a little bit more conservative, you might you can aim is at 1 ringgit 13 cents area. Okay, but of course we know that this is a high risk high reward kind of approach, and the counter, which if you're buying right here today at 905, the stop loss it will be about like 13 to 14 cents. If you're buying on the breakout of 1 ringgit, then you have to know that your stop loss is somewhere around 21% from the breakout point. Okay, yeah. So, but of course, the upside is also 14 cents and all the way up to 44% over here. Okay, yeah. So for those who really want to engage on this kind of counter, you have really want to have the mindset that it's either you win big or you lose big. Yeah. Okay, but make sure if it didn't come, you really want to accept it and also cut loss if the price trade below 79 cents. Yeah, with it. Okay, so for Coraza, okay, if we look into Coraza, we can see Coraza as is new IPO stocks listed this year in January, and we actually have been seeing the selling down on the Coraza all the way into July, and recently with the increased buying interest into IPO stocks like LGMS, like SFP Technology, Info Infoline Tech, all this, we are seeing the rebound into some of the new IPO stock this year. This year IPO stocks like Coraza is one of them. Okay, and we are also seeing like Singfeng also has been rebounding. Okay, yeah, and quite a number of them actually. Okay, so for Coraza, I would say that Coraza, the buying with this strong rebound in Coraza, at this moment it actually has come to the immediate resistance at this point. Okay, we can see this is the immediate resistance, and if you are looking you are not in the boat and you wish to go into the boat, I would say that this is one level that you can look into 67.5 cents. Okay, given that the share has been going up so strongly in such a short time, it might the retracement it could be strong as well. Okay, the retrace could be strong, and although that is about like 7 cents away from the high right from current price, we might really want to be patient and wait to look for the retracement. Okay, so especially when we have the view that FPM KLCM might retrace further and more towards bearish view for the next few days. Okay, so that might happen on Coraza as well, and we really want to wait and see if we can get some at a cheaper price and good price, like good entry. Okay, but if you got it at 67.5 cents, you might want to set your stop loss somewhere around below 62.5 cents. Okay, and if it hold and rebound, definitely the 74 to 77 cents it will be the immediate resistance, and the rebreak we will see the next one it will be 86 cents to 95 cents area. So these are some of the levels that you want to watch very closely for Coraza. Yeah, in J1. Okay. Yep. As for Inchi Kazali is asking about MYG. Okay. So we can see some of this election related counters has been very actively trading with the saying that with everyone is speculating where is gonna be the election. Okay. Uh so MYG as a GLC and also is also kind of like related with the with all these government services, is one of the counter that grabbed some attention and has been rebounding. Okay, especially one of its investment, ACMO, is looking to be listed by mid of August, and actually today is the last day to apply for the IPO ACMO. Okay, which focus on the digitalization services. Okay, yeah. So if you're interested, you can still apply it before 5 p.m. today. But on the technical view on MYG, we can see that MYG has been going on a selling down from 1 ringgit levels, and especially the selling intensify after it has break below the 83 cents level. Okay, at this moment, we if we look at it at 83 cents level to all the way until 91 cents. This is a level that is a little bit pretty much uncertain for MYG. Okay, uh, for MYG, it might trade beyond 83 cents and trade as high as 91 cents, but at this moment, it, it, it might rebound and make the reversal, or it might resist at 83 or 91 cents and come back down lower. Okay, both of the scenario it might happen, but given that the resumption of the foreign workers, although the application has been halted, starting from temporarily halted from 15th of August until end of August. Okay, but the impact towards MYG should be minimal. But given that we have reopening the hiring of the foreign workers, that should help MYG in a midterm, and we might see a more positive move towards MYG to test the 91 cents, and hopefully if we see it stall about in this area 83 to 91 cents and break up higher, we might see it to trade back into the area of 1 ringgit 01 to 1 ringgit 07 area for MYG. Okay, so for those who are trading on MYG, definitely you are trading on the low on the bottom rebound. Okay, and what we need to do is we want it to break above 83 cents, so you also can trade on the break of 83 cents, and we should see quite a good chance for it to retest 90 to 91 cents level. Okay, but bear in mind, we might want to keep this trade as a short-term trade, whereby it might resistance at 91 and come back to 83 cents and trade in the range bound in this area. Okay, so it will be good if you sell at 90, 91 cents and buy back at 83, 82, or even 81 cents area, and for a potential rebound as well, as the MYG might trade in the range bound. Okay, so that's what we can do when the stock is trading in a range bound area. Okay, it might be like this before we see a further breakout. Okay, of course, if you're buying at 83, all this, you might want to set your stop loss somewhere around this area. Okay, so that would be 8 cents down for the stop loss, and also 8 cents up for the profit taking. So uh, it's quite a fair risk and reward ratio. Okay, yep. As for Ancient Oiman, is looking into some of the trading stocks, some of all these new IPO stocks that I mentioned just now, SFP Tech. Okay, we can see SFP Tech today is a potential bearish engulfing happening, especially the price has been traded from 55 cents all the way to 1 ringgit without any retracement. Hence, for me, I would expect we to see a technical retracement on SFP Tech to possible 81 cents area. So if Ancient no even if you're still holding SFP Tech, you might really want to take some profits and also buy back at a lower price. Very similarly on Synergens, we are seeing the bearish reversal signal, and it might trade back to 56 to 58 cents support area for Synergens. Okay, yeah. As for mites, it's asking about Inson. Okay, we can see Inson, which doing the FSPO, okay, is also part of the energy sector as well. With the energy outlook to be weak, we would say that Although have recently seen a strong rebound in Yinsen, but the buying could be weaker than expected, and it is advisable to trade into a swing for Yinsen towards 20, 2 ringgit 25 to 2 ringgit 33 cents area. This would be the strong resistance for Yinsen, while the support area that we are looking at, it's actually at somewhere at 2 ringgit levels. Okay, so we can see that Yinsen has after recent rebound, it has hold well at 2 ringgit levels, and that definitely is a healthy signal, I would say. Yeah, Mike. Okay, but if you're trading right here, you can set your stop loss around the Friday low at 1 ringgit 98 cents. If it breaks below, you might really want to cut loss and buy it even at a lower price at 1 ringgit 83 cents, on the risk that knowing that the oil price might continue to trend lower. Okay, but if you are trading for it, you can, it's at the lower band. You can go in for a small position for a potential rebound to 2 ringgit 25 cents or 2 ringgit 33 cents. Okay, but like I said, if it break lower, you really want to cut loss or reduce your position and see if can buy back near to the 1 ringgit 80 cents level at a cheaper price. Okay, so we're gonna take another one or two more. We're gonna take one or two more before we end the section today. Okay, so I'm gonna take questions from our loyal followers. Okay, so for Jackie as our anniversary follower. Okay, Jackie is asking about MSC. Okay, if you look into MSC wise, to be honest, from the technical chart outlook, it doesn't really look too great on MSC, but we can see for MSC right here, it is definitely hitting the critical spots. Okay, critical spots at 1 ringgit 80 cents level. Okay, especially on Friday, we are seeing a very sharp selling down with a strong volume. So for MSC wise, Jackie, I would advise you to hold on and see how it gonna retest the 1 ringgit below 1 ringgit 90 cents. Okay, how it gonna retest the support level if the volume continue to pressuring downwards below the level. Okay, we might see a massive selling as many might put their stop loss below 1 ringgit 80 cents, and it could trigger the MSC to trade even lower towards the next support at 1 ringgit 30 cents. Okay, but if we are seeing buying support coming in at 1 ringgit 80, 83, 84 cents area and start rebounding to 1 ringgit 90 cents, then it would be good to go in as well to join the boats with a potential rebound to 2 ringgit 30 2 ringgit 20 to 2 ringgit 30 cents level. Okay, but definitely 1 ringgit 80 cents is one bottom area that you want to look into. And if you are positioning for a longer term kind of trading, okay, that is one area that you want to add in some position for your long term trading. Okay, and another one, which is fridge management. Okay, if we look into fridge management wise, we can see um, for FM, it has been going on the downtrend. But one good thing about FM is the selling has been weakened. Okay, with bullish MACD divergence, and the buying has been coming in. But one problem is we are yet to see the increase of the volume. Okay, we can see the selling volume, although we are seeing some rebound, some degree of rebound, the buying pressure is not there. Okay, so if you're trading for FM, fridge management, what you can do is you really want to add in the position slowly. Okay, maybe at 46 47 cents all the way to 50 cents area. Okay, don't mind to wait and buy, collect some at the cheaper price. And when the volume start picking up, then we should see some movement. Maybe it can come to above 60 levels. Okay, yeah, for fridge management. Okay, but in the case that you want to do short term, you really want to monitor closely on the volume. As the volume pick up, we might see strong rebound to 60 to 62 cents level for fridge. Okay, and for Mr. Khan as our milestone follower. Okay, Hexstar Global. Okay, if we are looking into Hexstar Global, at this time we can see that Hexstar Global has been trading on a sideways movement, but with a strong support along the 200 moving average. Okay, yeah. So for Hexstar Global, it's still trading higher, but at this moment it's more towards a sideways movement for Hexstar Global in the range between 145 cents to 175 cents area. Okay, so for me, I would say that as the Hexstar Global at this point is very near to the resistance, I wouldn't be too interested to get into this counter, okay, at this time for Hexstar Global, because I'm viewing it as a sideway kind of movement rather than a strong upward rally to 195 to 96 cents. Okay, so I will be a little bit more conservative on Hexstar. And Joe, about Tenaga, we know that Tenaga had quite a good rebound from 77 ringgit 85 cents 90 cents area on the last day of July. Okay, it's the buying started from 8 ringgit and it has been holding well. And technically, we can see that it's actually quite a good technical view on the Tenaga, whereby I believe at the breakout of 8 ringgit 50 cents, it might trigger some of the buying even for long-term investor to buy into 8 ringgit 88 cents or even to 9 ringgit 25 cents. Okay, so I would say that Tenaga it looks quite well at this moment, especially when we are seeing that when we are talking about the overall commodity price has been coming down, and that we might see coal price or this thing to come down lower as well. Okay, and that would be definitely beneficial for Tenaga, and technically it looks good at this moment. Okay, and yep, Mr. Liao. As for the REITs, okay, with the view of the the Bank Negara might increase rates in September, that actually will weaken the demand and also the interest for people to go into the REITs, as the interest rate for the FD all these things are increasing. So some might go into the FD rather than the REITs. But definitely with the reopening of the economy since May, we are seeing malls and especially those shopping malls REITs, they are performing better. Okay, but one thing that we need to be aware and a little bit more careful is the office REITs, which they might have some difficulty in the way that some might still employing working from home, and they might even move their culture to working from home rather than going back to the office. Okay. Um, okay. So, Inchi No Iman on the EIB and also Infotech. Okay. For the EIB, we are seeing it might trade into a range bound area with 30 cents level as the strong resistance, and at this moment 26 cents as the immediate support. As we know that for EIB wise, it's more towards a one day short on 29, and the price continue to hold above 25 cents at 26 cents at this moment. Anytime if we see a continuous breaking up above 30 cents level with increased volume, we might see another round of the movement. Okay, for EIB. And Infoline Tech is one counters that this is what we are talking about on potentially happen on EIB, where we see the breakout and the volume increasing on Infoline Tech. So in short term, it might test 35 cents level, and even the next one we will be looking at 39 to 40 cents area for the resistance for Infoline Tech. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all for our view of the comments on the counters that you guys are interested, and also the view of the market for this week. So to wrap up, we are more conservative on towards the market movement this week, with the view of potential profit taking might take place ahead of the critical inflation data on Wednesday. Okay, so and for this week, I will more prefer and going into profit taking on those counters, especially like tech counters that have been trading higher, and also positioning into some of the lower range or bounce kind of stocks, or even buying at a low price near the retracement level that mentioned. Okay, so just now we have shared the trick on how to find the retracement potential support for the levels throughout the section, and you can definitely use it. Use the Fibonacci tools right over here, retrace a Fibonacci retracement to find the potential support level for the stocks that you are looking at. Okay, so if you want to review on what we have mentioned, what we have talked about, you can always play back our video after this section and it will be available in our Facebook page shortly after 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so for thank you for joining our section. So, okay, be more cautious and more conservative this week, and look for the opportunity when the stocks that you are trading actively trading retrace back to the support levels, and that could be a level for accumulation for short-term rebound. Okay, yeah, and do watch out closely for the Wednesday night's U.S. inflation data, and um change the tone of the market for this week. All right. Okay, so thank you very much for joining our section, and we shall end our section here today. Thank you. Bye bye.